You want some real nightmares? American chicken? You just take a good look at this.
Good morning, Cody Rhodes. This is a message for you, my friend. I don't know you personally. I loved your dad. Your dad gave me all the breaks I had in Atlanta, Georgia in the 80s, and what a great man. I assume you're a great guy too. I've heard all kinds of things about you, nothing bad, so I guess that's good. Cody, I just wanted to give you a message that I hope you know what you're getting into, because Devin Mickelson is he's a tough guy. He's a student of mine. I trained him many years ago, and then he went on his own on independence. But I talked to a few guys, and he's really a tough guy. So unless you really have something important to prove, I would suggest that maybe you just let it ride. And so anyway, if you do it, good luck. You'll need it, but love your dad. All right, Jacques Rougeau. Good luck, Cody. Good luck. You'll need it.
Cody, Devin Hannibal's out there looking for you, the one and only, the only one, Devin. Don't duck him anymore. From a Cuban, a lot of people know this. He's half Cuban also. From un Cubano to another Cubano, give him a shot. Bro, you gave that Warhouse guy a shot. Give me a break. Devin, handle your business.
I did that promo the other day challenging Cody Rhodes.
Very good night. I will give you for energy. I will give you an A+ for over promo, an A+.
The question I have regarding that is Cody Rhodes has already chickened out. He's already actually officially said he's not going to do the match. Does that surprise you at all?
Well, you're not in the company. You know what I mean?
He has an open challenge, though. It's an open challenge to independent wrestlers, but apparently it's not legitimate.
Yeah, he's got his crew in there. God bless him, and I'm going to say this in public. Cody's a great worker. You know, there's in AEW, there's only a handful of good workers there. You know that. The rest of them are all their mates. They bought in. They're independent wrestlers. God bless them. They're all making a good wage. They're on the payroll. And that. But Cody's been putting himself with these guys and going through 2 breaks and that. These guys are indie wrestlers, and he's going out to the ring and trying to make something of them. You've got to put indie wrestlers with other indie wrestlers and let them beat them in so many minutes to build them up. Have some intermediate wrestlers who are, you have the middle guys, the bottom guys, the middle guys, and then you have the main guys. You put the middle guys with those. You don't put the top guys who've never been seen before, because he's going through 2 brackets with these guys that have never been seen, and he's trying to get them over. They're doing false finishes on him, which is he's losing value.
I agree, but I also think he's a coward for not fighting a real wrestler. He'd rather fight those bums just because whatever. But I agree, he is losing value by fighting the bums.
Yeah, I'm looking at this as a booker, mate. You know what I mean? Not as a fan. I'm looking at it as a business side of you, business side. He needs to, he's only got so much good. The trouble is, he's got, the company has only got a handful of good wrestlers. A handful.
I agree. Can you end this by just doing an in-character promo telling Cody he should stop ducking me and accept my challenge? Just 10 or 15 seconds as Bushwhacker Luke.
Whoa, Cody Rhodes. Mate, what's wrong with you, brother? You've got to take this challenge. It's going to put you right up on the pedestal again. Hey, this guy worked for me. Hannibal worked for me for a year in Puerto Rico. He's a great worker. And if you bring him in, it'll be a big noise for your company. Go for it, mate.
This is Hannibal from thehannibaltv.com, and on the line here today I have WWE Hall of Famer, former NWA World Champion, former ECW World Champion, the legendary Terry Funk, who is also a Hollywood star. How are you doing today, sir?
Well, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I don't know how much of a star I am, but I was out there for a long enough time to become one.
Over the Top and Roadhouse were pretty good, in my opinion.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you saying that.
There's a reason I'm calling you today, and that was because I have a challenge in place against Cody Rhodes. He works for All Elite Wrestling. He says he has an open challenge to any independent wrestler that wants to come in and fight him. He's fought a lot of bums. He's fought a lot of nobodies. He hasn't fought any legitimate challengers yet. I think he should fight Hannibal. Kevin Sullivan thinks he should fight Hannibal. Billy Graham, the Mountie. I mean, you know both of us. You're very familiar with Cody's dad. I think you beat him up hundreds of times.
I beat him up so many times. Dusty Rhodes. What an obnoxious person he was. And his kid is just like him.
I agree with you on that.
Absolutely. And you're a classy individual, especially a classy individual whenever it's compared to the Rhodes, Dusty and Cody. How can they possibly even consider themselves at the same level that you are? And I know I'm not talking about Dusty, but I know I'm talking about Cody. And I'm directing this whole conversation at Cody. Cody, you need to get in a ring with this guy. You need to get your ass beat.
I fully agree with you on that, but here is the question. Do you think he will actually be a man and do it, or do you think he's going to continue ducking and dodging and avoiding fighting real competitors like myself because he knows what would happen if we were to go on live TV and he would give me a match? Anything could happen on live TV.
He's like his old man. He's like his old man. He's a ducker. He's a dodger. You're going to have to put him in a corner. You're going to have to corner him before you can possibly even think about getting a match with him. You are dealing with a whole different group of individuals, type of people, when you're dealing with the Rhodes family and when you're dealing with other people in the wrestling business. They're always behind the corner. They're always hiding behind the corner. Remember what I'm saying. I know that if you challenge them and do this, I hope you get the opportunity. But I just can't see him ever saying, yes, I will go in the ring with him. I cannot see that.
Well, that may be true, but if he were to agree to it somehow, if he had enough pressure on him and somehow he's not like the rest of his family and he actually cares about pride and has some pride in himself and he accepts the challenge, and let's say you had to bet the Double Cross Ranch on either Cody or Hannibal, who do you think would win the match if that match were to happen?
If I bet the Double Cross Ranch, because I'll tell you, I wouldn't bet the Double Cross Ranch, even if there was a slim chance. But I don't think there is a slim chance of you losing that match. I really don't. I think that the quality of the individuals is very evident. It's very evident to the people within the business. It's very evident to the real professional wrestling fans. I know that for a fact. I'm not going to tell you good luck. I'm not going to wish you good luck. I don't want you to have good luck because you don't need it. You don't need it, Hannibal. You don't need it. You are going to be the winner.
This is probably never going to happen, but if I ever wrestled Cody Rhodes in All Elite Wrestling, would you walk me to the ring?
Oh, yes. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. I would walk you to the ring. I would absolutely be honored to. And they should use you. Cody Rhodes, Cody, listen to me. We had a good talk when you were still with the WWE. I'm talking to you right now, Cody. Right now. I know you're going to hear this. It'll get out there. So I'm going on record right now, Cody Rhodes. You and I talked, and you talked about the belt buckle. I gave your dad, and you still have that belt buckle. And Dusty wanted that so bad. I paid $1,000 for this beautiful silver belt buckle with the stars on it. Had it custom made, and Dusty wanted it, and I took it off and gave it to your father. So on your father, my dearest friend and my favorite opponent, I'm asking you to please seriously consider contacting Hannibal, Devin Nicholson, take it from Superstar Billy Graham. I'm endorsing Hannibal because he is a supreme excellent worker and is a believable promo man, and I personally have helped him with his promos and threw out ideas for him in his promos, which was an honor for me to help such a talented man.
Mr. Jarrett, finally, I just had one more question for you. I'm trying to get a match with Cody Rhodes in AEW. He says that he has an open challenge to anyone, not even necessarily AEW contracted wrestlers, but independent wrestlers. So I've put the official challenge out there. So far, he has not accepted. Is there any message that you could possibly tell him regarding this match that not only I would like to have, but the fans of the Hannibal TV would also like to see?
Devin, I would love to see that myself. Unfortunately, I'm really not able to give you a lot of hope, and I'll tell you why. Cody is from a wrestling family. I greatly respect his father and his older brother. And I'm sure coming from a wrestling family, he was cautioned against being in a situation where he could get hurt or that so severely beaten that it would hurt his athletic career. So while I wish that I could see that match, while I wish that it would come about, I have to tell you that the odds are slim enough that Cody Rhodes would be foolish enough to accept your challenge.
I've been asked about the Hannibal Cody Rhodes if that match took place. My first thought is, as great as Cody has become over the years, I mean, let's face it, he left the WWE and went and worked without a net. He wrestled Jay Lethal. He won the NWA title. He was undefeated, as far as I know, in the independents until he lost the NWA belt back to Nick. He founded the All In, which sold out in Chicago. I was there for the first one. And they have been very successful. AEW. It's very reminiscent of the time WCW was beating WWF at the time. They seemed to be winning the war, the Wednesday night war, and Cody is a big part of it. Not just Cody, but the Rhodes family and Tony Khan, and they have a great nucleus. But I don't think that Cody Rhodes has ever faced a man like Hannibal. I know Hannibal very well. And this is no disrespect to for some of the younger talent out there because they're much more athletic than my generation. But Hannibal is the real deal. Jiu-jitsu, boxing, Greco-Roman, freestyle wrestling. He's in shape like nobody in the wrestling business that I know of today. And I could be mistaken, but I don't think I am. He gets up every morning, runs 10 miles, he boxes, he does jiu-jitsu, he's incredibly strong. And if you see the interview that's online, there doesn't seem to be any threshold of pain that he can't go past. I think that Cody, if the match started, Cody would maybe have the advantage of speed and maybe a little bit of an advantage of how long he's been wrestling for. But I have to look at the tail of the tape. Hannibal's bigger. He's stronger. His reach is longer. Even though Cody was a great amateur wrestler, when he got into the pros, he stopped amateur wrestling. Hannibal is still amateur wrestling. He's still doing contact sports, MMA. I think Cody would be worn down by Hannibal because you can't hurt the man. That's the problem. It's like when Ken Shamrock first started in MMA. You could hit him in the button, and he didn't sell it. He just shook his head off. And that's where I think Cody would be in trouble. He's never approached a man that can't be hurt. So, if I was a betting man, I'd have to go with Hannibal. And I would love to see that match, and I think the wrestling world would love to see it. So, let's have the fans decide if they want to see it. I certainly know that Hannibal wants it, and I think it would be a great match for Cody because if he survived, he would learn a lot. And he's the one that threw the open challenge, so let's see. I'm very interested, and I hope it comes about.
Despite the fact that many pro wrestling legends and fans were interested in the AEW match between Cody Rhodes and Hannibal, Rhodes has officially refused the match, citing having his quote-unquote feelings hurt by a random Hannibal fan using the moniker Frank Gotch as his excuse. It's important to note that just as Terry Funk had predicted, Rhodes would find a reason to dodge the fight, to hit the road. Moreover, it's important to note that Hannibal has now declared himself the AEW TNT champion via default due to Rhodes backing out and pulling a chicken.
Cheers to the American chicken, Cody the coward. I knew you wouldn't have enough guts to take me for your open challenge that you said would be open to anybody, contract or no contract, but you didn't want to be in the ring with a real contender. You see, I would have broken your bones and chewed them up like a dog. You are nothing but a yellow rat. Cody, since you refuse to wrestle an actual challenger for your championship, I declare myself the winner via default. Therefore, I am the true TNT champion of AEW, and this is my celebratory meal. You have my stolen property, Cody Rhodes, but in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy this raw flesh and this escargot. Cet escargot est magnifique et succulent. You see, Cody Rhodes, I speak multiple languages. I'm not a Georgia hick like you. All the legends told me you wouldn't do it. Your brother had a match against me in Edmonton years ago, and he took his full pay and no-showed because he was terrified of Hannibal. It seems all the Rhodes are terrified of Hannibal, and I know that you're in hiding, Cody. You owe me that title. Maybe you can send that lovely little wife of yours, Brandy, to drop it off to me since you don't have the balls to face me yourself. I want to thank all the fans for their support in this challenge to the point that you hurt Cody's poor feelings, and he used that as an excuse not to fight Hannibal. But Terry Funk said it. He called it. He said the Rhodes will use any excuse they can come up with to duck, dodge, and avoid fighting opponents that they knew could beat them. You all called it. He's scared. He doesn't want to face a real beast. Hannibal is the true champion. And Cody Rhodes, you're nothing but an American chicken.